piggybacking off of what was just spoken about, you know how sometimes parents put you all in a room, and for others, I know some parents used to buy like a 5-10X sweatshirt and put all the kids inside that sweatshirt and be like, until you get along, this, and eventually, figure out a way. Like, nope, they make you do chores and that together. Make you do chores together. All that stuff. I was raised old school where it was, if one person gets sick, we all take medicine. Because you ain't about to deal. My gang was not about to deal with 7 different children that's sick at different times. Like, nope, somebody got a cough. Y'all about to take some Father John's. Y'all ever had Father John's? Lord have mercy. I promise you, that was almost cruel and unusual punishment. That stuff is not good, but it worked. It worked. Whoever was sick, ooh, my necklace. I'm clicking, y'all. Whoever was sick ain't sick no more. Nobody else caught it. It worked. Honestly, I find that the same way. Piggybacking off of what was just discussed. Bubba. Because you ever thought about how everything is? And it's like we're all in that sweatshirt or in that room or doing chores so we can learn cooperation and understanding. Even though, we all want to do different things, we all want to play different games. Because if we keep continuing to yell and argue, we all going to be sitting on the steps. My gang didn't spank you. See, the punishment was you go sit on the steps, right? Because we had steps in the house. And it was like this little platform. And, one sat on one platform and, you skip out 2-3 steps. And, that's how it went. And she happened to have, more kids. Because after, she raised her kids, she was a babysitter, she was on the motherboard at church and stuff. With different energies and things like that come up, it feels very similar to that, like however one puts the great beyond God, source, spirit, universe, Allah, Yahweh, Buddha. Did I miss any? Olodumare, Ra, El, it's kind of doing, like, okay, here you go, all in one word, all in one room, figure it out. And eventually you do. Eventually you do. Eventually you do. You learn when to give people, that they space. You learn. You learn. You grow. You learn what games to play when others aren't there because they don't really like it because, whether they're not good at it or it's just not their thing. You learn. You learn when you all want to play different games and do different things. You learn. You grow. And you grow as an individual, too. Because as a kid, we see it as, okay, we just got to get along. We just got to get through the day. But going to adulthood, you go into the workplace. Or you're dealing with, because we have to deal with others. We're social beings. We learn that through that. Playing sports, being in clubs and extracurricular activities. You learn that. You learn that. That's why in college, they have you take all these different courses that, I mean, you know, like when you grow, you're like, look, I'm just trying to get this one part, get in, get out, you know. But as an adolescent adult, those various classes that teach you different perspectives, that challenges you in your foundation. Does it make you change? For some, yeah. For others, no. It just gives them a sense of understanding. And, okay, you know, I never thought about it that way. You know, I didn't think about it that way. Oh, I didn't see it that way. Oh, I never would have learned or discovered that, you know? It gives that. That's the world in a miniaturized setting. That's the world. That's the world. And it comes in handy. Now, it ain't everybody's thing. It ain't supposed to be. That's what makes the world the world. Just like the clocks and pieces in a watch. That's what makes the world the world. My little people are playing. That's what makes the world the world. But you ever thought about maybe that's what's going on here on a larger scale? Is that? And as we get older, we get accustomed to doing things a particular way. And yeah, you know, that's how it is. Like me, I like old school music. I don't know too much about some of this other stuff. Now there's other genres out there, and I'm like, hey, shoot, yeah. That's out like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. With all the mumble rap and stuff like that, nah. Which is probably how my mom used to feel when I was listening to Rough Riders and Bone Thugs and Harmony and Eminem and and Creed and P.O.D. or my musicals, you know? But one thing I can say about my hip hop, like, why do you like that? And not necessarily in a condescending sense. I'm like, but well, try to listen to the words. I don't understand what they're saying. They talking too dang going fast. I don't understand. How do you understand what they're saying? They talking too fast. You know, that was back in the day when, you know, you put out that tape cassette, right? And they had the lyrics on there. So, you know, you were reading. She was like, hold on, they talking about that. Wait, hold on, that's actually, Now, you know, she wouldn't play it or put it on. But if Crossroads came on the radio, she'd be like, oh yeah, I like that song. You know, yeah, I like that music video. It had the angel and stuff. It was sad, but I like the overall meaning of it. You know. You know, she wouldn't put it on her playlist or nothing, but after just a conversation and open-mindedness, I was like, oh, okay. She agreed to disagree, but yet respect and understand my flavor of musical selections. You know, that's what I like. It's another person that I follow. I didn't say the names because I can't think of the names. But she does a lot of stuff like, yeah, when you listen to the old school where they be like, yeah, this new original song, you find out like, no, that was sampled. And then another generation comes like, no, that was sampled from this. Like, no, this is the original. Yeah. And it's just like, wow, that built into that, and that built into that, and that built into that. But each generation like, well, it's slightly different. This is still the original of this. Well, this is the original of this. And they're shared in the mutuality of comical funniness. It's like, yeah, but that version just ain't hitting like this because, in this time, that was relevant for that time. But this time, which like music, the lyrics change in accordance to the times. Food changed in accordance to times. Growth changes in accordance to the times. Once upon a time, doing a lot of things we do now would have been different. That's now the norm. And things that are now the norm would have been different then, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. But that's change. That is change. Change is the only thing that will never change. Change. It never changes because it's always changing, which is exactly what change is. So in a sense, it never changes. It's always going to be changed. How that change plays out, well, that's an individual thing. How we resonate with that change, what we take from it, what we don't. That's an individual thing. But it doesn't mean it wasn't there and that it didn't happen. So yeah, that's, I shared that because I was just cleaning and, sometimes that happens. You're cleaning, taking a shower, doing what you do, and incoming message. It's like we seriously all in that sweatshirt or in that room. And the parents like, what? We'll let you out when y'all get this together. And then that's when change occurs. True change. They see, again, well, this isn't just that right now, it's this particular thing, but in all, it's going to tie into this and connect to this and allow this to connect to this and allow that to connect to that and so on and so forth and so on and so forth. Which just shows how amazing life is. The world is. In all its differences and similarities. It's actually truly beautiful. Truly beautiful.